basement mics turned up loud, the Nebraska Hawks nest drawing a rowdy crowd. Adams cracking jokes, got that Midwest bite, cracking open cold ones, yeah, Miller Lite all night. Talking black and gold while the red runs dry, you can hear the corn husker, tears in the battle cry. And this chaos sector with the helmet tip back, drinking through the face mask, never off track. Special teams legend in a story so wild, kicking and sipping like a rebel child. It's the Hawks nest, baby, turn it up, let it fly. Nebraska corn huskers falling while the Hawkeyes rise. It's a dumpster fire burning in Lincoln tonight, while Kirk Ferentz keeps things tight. Yeah, the calling line's laughing, ain't no surprise, cause Matt Rule's still looking up at Daddy's eyes.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Nebraska Hawks Nest, your Hawkeye oasis located in a Nebraska desert. We are excited to be back. Got a cool new intro song for our producer, our director, Lucas Lee. That was beautiful. That's just an insane song. I can't believe that there's people out there that are that talented that can make a song like that. What do you guys think about that?
That was an awesome song.
That was great. They pronounced Coach Ferentz's name almost right, but it's that was pretty good, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to shorten it because I mean it is so cool, but it's like 2 minutes long. So
That's long.
It's a long one. So I talked to him, we're gonna shorten it up a little bit to like 30 seconds, and it's man, I love it though. But guys, how you doing? Do you guys have a good couple weeks here? Like it sounds like Matt got a little bit of fishing going on. Kyle's been selling some houses. What's new with you guys?
Matt, hit it off, man.
Oh, I was ripping some lip today, but
Matt, we're doing a podcast. Come on.
Yeah, I'm still in the fishing mindset here. Just watching the draft and kids playing soccer still. So busy. Work's been busy, so just been running around. Got some corn and beans planted, so got my A&F hat on to support the farmers here, and it's been crazy in my life. Kyle?
Same thing, man. Kids busy with sports. My daughter just did really well at a local figure skating competition and killed it there, and
awesome.
Nice.
Griff with the soccer is just continuing to progress. Super. He's got a doubleheader coming up this weekend, so I'm getting super pumped about that. And this is the busy season with real estate, so it's been very busy. 9 closings this month, and it's rolling, man. Very busy. Yeah. So it's actually kind of nice. I don't really have, there's a little bit of a break now for me personally. It's nice to have at least a couple of days off, because when you get really busy in this profession, you forget what day it is every day, and it's kind of nice to get back to get your bearings back and get back to homeostasis and kind of get some stuff done around the house that have been neglected for a while. So what's this? We need to have Matt's kid and Kyle's kid. Ooh.
And shout out.
Matt, do your kids play soccer? I know they play a lot of
sports.
Both of them do. Okay.
How old are they?
9 and 7.
Okay, my son is 10.
Yeah.
And
your son and my oldest are the same age.
Yeah.
Or same grade, I think. 4th grade.
Okay. Not to brag or anything, but he is showing early signs of Schlicker the kicker's right leg prowess. I have not trained him at all. I don't know if he was just, I don't know if it's part of the whole legacy thing, but dude, he's got a rocket of a right leg for being a nine-year-old kid.
Oh yeah, the legacy living
I'm
on.
just going to tell you, I will not forgive you if he ends up going to the University of Illinois with you guys living out there. That will not be cool. We're not going to be okay with that, Kyle. So he better take a walk on spot at Iowa before he goes scholarship to Illinois.
That's, gosh, man, talking about these next few years of our kids' development, this is a crucial age, 9, 10, 11 years old, where they're going to hit puberty soon. They're going to start growing big time, and like the competition in sports accelerates tenfold. It'll be really interesting to see like what avenue he takes. Because when I was his age, I was huge. When I was his age, I was big travel soccer, Iowa United, ODP, all that stuff. Huge soccer player. I thought I was going to like be the next Alexi Lalas playing for the USA men's team. Those were my dreams, And then you fast forward a few years, and baseball started to take over a little bit, and we moved to Ankeny, Iowa, where sports were just huge and the competition was huge, and I had to kind of sort out where I was going. My point is, these next few years are huge for our kids, and wherever they end up going, what they end up doing. I mean, dude, my son could all of a sudden be like, Dad, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to go be a regular college student. Roger that, man. That's something I never got. So I'd go and hang out with him wherever he goes. I'd go hang out. I'd meet him at FAC.
That'd be awesome. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome, man. I never got to experience that. So that'd be pretty cool.
No, I'm excited. My son is going to spend a lot of his summer going to offensive line camps. And so we went to the Iowa one last year. That was really cool to get to experience. So pretty excited to hit a couple of those up with him and just be a part of that experience with him. It's just so much fun. Well, sure. I think everyone out there who's watching live right now is wondering why we have these flames and hearts and this romantic feel to the podcast tonight. And, guys, it really has this whole transfer portal thing has really become it's a dating game. It's almost like an app where you swipe right or left. And we're going to get to that here at the very end. So we want to give a little teaser because you guys are probably like, why is it talk about the transfer portal dating game? You guys aren't talking about that at all. Little teaser. We're going to be circling back to that. But the big news right now, obviously, was the NFL draft. I think we had a record amount of Hawkeyes chosen. No first rounders. I was a little surprised by that, Matt and Kyle. I thought Jennings Dunker would go late first round. I was wrong about that. Glad to see that he's a Steeler. I heard that he's getting free ketchup for life, or free Heinz 57 for life, which a guy like that, I'm assuming he uses a hell of a lot of ketchup. So that's a big time score. And then it's great that we got Logan Jones here going to the Chicago Bears, staying close. Matt, what was some things that really stood out to you just from the little pieces of the draft and where different guys went? But we got a lot of new Hawkeye influx going into the NFL right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, having 7 of them go from the second round on. I think Logan Jones actually got the 57th pick for Chicago, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he got the catch-up deal.
Yeah.
Jennings Dunker went in the
third.
third.
Really? Oh, I was thinking Jennings Dunker did because he went to Pittsburgh. And it's like Heinz Field, so I got that one wrong.
Right. No, I think that Logan Jones in the second round got it. Yeah. What'd you say, Kyle?
Jennings went in the third round, right?
Yes, correct.
That was definitely surprising, But
I know. I was surprised too, as well as he did in the combine. I thought that they would. I thought they would pick him a lot sooner than that. I mean, Logan Jones, the Bears got a hell of a center in Logan Jones. He gets his catch-up for life. Jennings Dunker and Cade the Jet Weegan go to the Steelers. So they're both going to join up with Caleb Johnson there for the Steelers. Bo Stevens, Sharar got picked. He's going to the Arizona Cardinals there. TJ Hall is going to the Saints. And Max Llewellyn is going to go to Miami. So, I mean, there's a lot of talent going out there to the NFL. It's going to strengthen Iowa Hawkeye presence in the NFL. I think they're going to fit in well wherever they're at, and they're going to play well. So, we had a great showing. Like you said, nothing in the first round, but that was kind of expected this year. There wasn't any skill positions that were, that standout skill position that those guys are looking for in that first round. But, I mean, solid draft for the Hawkeyes.
A couple things that stood out. Oh, go ahead, Kyle.
I maybe you guys know better than I do. I was trying to track Drew Stevens. Has he been signed at all? With kickers, you can be signed. You could be, it could be happened. You fly down there. They could.
I haven't
don't think
seen
so.
Stevens yet. We did have 3 of them that I know of that went signed after the draft. 3 guys did. Let me see if I can find those free agents. I think Gronowski got a free agent sign.
Wamka, right?
Xavier Wampa was one of them as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those were 2 ones that I was really intrigued by the most because, if Gronowski continues to develop like he did his senior year, that he could be a sneaky good life, like a career backup, a little bit like CJ Beathard has created a career on that. I see him hanging around the league for a while because, he's a smart player. I could see him catching on somewhere and having a 10, 11, 12 year career as a backup and then maybe getting some starting time if the starter ends up going out. I don't know. I thought that was a great landing spot for him. And then with Xavier going to the Chiefs, surprised me too with the way that he played his senior year. He didn't develop into the type of player as quickly as everybody thought that he would. He was one of the most highly touted recruits in Iowa football history. And it just took him some time. And he really, I think, blossomed his senior year big time. I thought he would have at least gotten drafted somewhere, but I think he's a guy as an undrafted free agent that I think he's going to have a really strong NFL career. That guy can hit people unbelievably hard.
Yeah, for sure.
No, so a lot of really cool things happening. And now I think we saw, was it now that Kirk has hit over like 100 draft picks as head coach in the NFL? Is that a stat I just heard is true?
I haven't seen it, but it sure could be. He's got a ton.
Okay.
And there's a ton in the NFL active still. So I see Lucas Lee said that he thought that there were 7 guys on active roster practice squad for Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh is going to be the NFL Hawkeye team here if it keeps going.
It's a similar culture, it fits, some of those programs like the Steelers and, the Bears, that type of that style of play really fits. Those type of coaches always love Iowa guys. So was there one thing, Matt or Kyle, through from the draft so far that really jumped off the page at you that really surprised you or you thought was super noteworthy?
The Vanderbilt quarterback that did not get drafted.
Oh,
yes, that's a great point. Great point. The big mouth.
Yeah. I love seeing. I love seeing that type of stuff. Come on, man. Like, it's not rocket science that you didn't get. Nobody wanted you. You're volatile. Your arrogance. Nobody wants that around the team atmosphere, man. Like where everyone's trying to develop and maintain a culture, you are toxic. Yeah. You are. Like, I don't even know you. And you're toxic, bro. Like,
yeah, he's
not surprising that happened, but very entertaining to watch.
He's kind of a Temu Johnny Manziel, like really arrogant, cocky, similar style of play, not nearly as talented. Not nearly the upside, but probably not nearly the downside either. But he's a guy that if he was as good as he thought he was,
I think height-wise, I don't know that the NFL was really looking at him that strong. He's under 6 foot, so he's undersized as well. So that probably added to it, plus the culture thing. So yeah.
Potential water boys, guys. Imagine if they had a draft for potential water boys. That's good.
There'd be 3 of them right here that signing up or what?
Yeah.
Guys, and just to update everyone too, make sure if you're listening right now, just take time to subscribe on YouTube or Spotify. We're still battling with Apple Podcasts to get everything back up and running. That is the most unbelievably bad user experience that there is. They make it so difficult. So hop on and subscribe, and appreciate the support, guys. So moving on, we are going to play a little bit of something called the transfer portal game. And, we've shared our thoughts periodically over the last few years about what we think about the transfer portal and how essentially I think everyone's pretty much dead on where, it's ruining college football, and there needed to be some change. There needed to be some leeway, I believe. And Kyle, I really want to get, first your opinion on the state of it right now. But, I'm a firm believer of that you should be able to at least get one transfer with no penalty at all. But these guys that are transferring every single season has made the sport absolutely ridiculous. I mean, if they're going to get paid and sign a deal, they should have to sign a 2 or 3 year contract and stick it out and stay in the same place for at least a little while. And then again, if you transfer more than once, you got to sit out for a year. Maybe there's some sort of addendum in there. If the coach leaves, then maybe you get an extra transfer. But Kyle, again, from a player perspective, what are your thoughts on where we're at in this whole transfer portal mess?
I mean, I agree with you 100%. I think that it's way too much freedom. There's way too much freedom given to these, let's call them kids at this point, all I can really go back to is my playing days and what I experienced. And, when things aren't going your way, for these guys to have, I never even thought about the transfer portal. Now, given, I was number 2 right behind Kading, I knew that I was going to have the starting spot, but I still had to compete for it. I still had to earn my spot. The coaches brought in other kickers to compete with me. So it's not like I just had smooth sailing process. But, I do agree with you that there should be at least one transfer where there's, penalty free. Because there are some players out there that bust their ass every single day that do deserve, a second chance or a fresh start, if you will, at a different organization, whatever it may be. But the whole multiple transfer situation and, picking and choosing and, messing with the coaches and messing with the culture and messing with, where's the loyalty? I'm 40, I'm about to be 43 in a month. I'm becoming that old man where where's the loyalty, guys? When shit happens, what has happened to guys just, figuring out what's wrong with what's happening in their situation and just, buckling down, working hard, figuring it out, asking questions, utilizing your resources. I think that's going away. So.
Well, yeah, and you look at even on the college basketball side, it's getting terrible. Like the Iowa State women's basketball team, that's a really stable program. I think Bill Finley's been there for, 20 years. He's been there forever. And I think he had 9 or 10 players transfer. And Audi Crooks left, again, that's a girl that typically would stay all 4 years. And her whole team walked out. And someone like Jan Jensen at Iowa, it's ravaging women's college basketball big time. And I feel like it's hurting the men's basketball game, but I feel like women's basketball is taking a huge punishment for it right now. And I don't know, Matt, what are your thoughts on where everything's at before we hit the transfer portal dating game?
Yeah, I feel like this year was worse for women's basketball than it's been. It's gotten there was a lot more than I thought on the women's side. So they're following suit with the men's basketball and football. But I mean, what happened to that healthy competition? You got several guys competing for this. Okay, you didn't win it this year. Oh, transfer out. Well, why don't you just, like Kyle said, work harder? Let's build the team. Let's build the camaraderie. There just isn't any of the loyalty left. It's chasing the check, chasing the payday. It's like a minor league football, basically. You're moving all over the place trying to get to the NFL, no matter what team it is.
I do have a lot of respect a little bit for Dabo Swinney at Clemson. He's refusing to really play any part of it, so much to his detriment that he's about ready to bury his program, which is one of the top 5 programs in the country. Obviously you got to play the game a little bit. But I do respect that he's putting his foot down and that he doesn't agree with it. And he knows guys like Nick Saban, as soon as this stuff started to go down, he bailed. He got out right away. And, which again, one thing that I want to hit on too, real quick, because we'd be crazy not to talk about this is, I especially want to get Kyle's opinion on this with the whole transfer portal thing that we're talking about. What in the hell happened with the Cade McNamara business? I think we touch on that just a little bit a few weeks ago, but we self-reported everything and came clean, and they dropped the hammer on us. And that was pretty ridiculous. It was any expert that you talk to, it was a major over exaggeration. And then, of course, if we could go back in time, that was a complete waste because Cade didn't turn out to be anything for us. But like, again, like what are your guys' thoughts on how that whole entire process was handled? Because there's schools that have done a hell of a lot worse. They got way less sanctions than we did. I mean, we had to drop what 4 or 5 wins.
4.
Well, we did cover it. Cade McNamara was remember you had asked like if you could take away one player, if you could remove one from that was my Cade McNamara was my idea. From day one I didn't like the guy. You know, like you could I think I said it on the podcast back when we were doing it. Like everyone was about this new Cade McNamara and he hadn't done anything yet. And I remember being like, whoa, pump the brakes, guys. Like, he's a transfer from Michigan, number one. Like, what are we doing here? And number two, he hadn't done anything yet. He hasn't even started. He hadn't even played a game yet. And then sure enough, 3 or 4 games in, he's, it's mediocre performance. And then he gets hurt and blah, blah, blah. Like, I didn't like his interviews. He's way too like Johnny Bravo, like way too pretty, saying all the right stuff. Like, come on, man. Anyway, yes, you are right, though. I was tracking that, and I feel bad for Coach Ferentz. But you know what? Coach Ferentz and his responses is so spot on and so professional. Like, yeah, let's do it. Roger that. Move on to the next step. I don't think he really gave 2 shits about that season anyway, so he was okay with it.
Yeah. It's that was a complete, and you know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to give Kirk some credit on that. Sounds like he saw an opportunity and he just jumped on it. So, I don't think he's obviously clearly saw that coming. We saw a guy that when he was healthy that played really well at Michigan, won a Big Ten championship, and saw a definite potential upgrade that if we hopped on it, then it was going to really upgrade our quarterback situation. Props to an almost 70-year-old man just jumping on it like that and going after that kid and doing that. So not only am I not upset about it, I'm actually kind of happy that he was that proactive and went for it like that. To me, respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised Kirk Ferentz, like what he has adapted to get on board with the transfer portal. I mean, being set in his ways and thinking that, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but man, he has accepted that transfer portal thing and he has embraced it. And they've gotten a lot of decent, minus McNamara. But if you look at some of those guys we have gotten out of the portal, he's done well with it, really. So like you said, props to Kirk on getting with the times and moving on. And with this whole, yep, go ahead, Kyle.
Well, it has to be difficult. Like, look, Coach Ferentz, he's been there forever, blah, blah, blah. I mean, think about how much technology has changed in the past, 20 to 25 years where I remember my senior year, my position coach, Lester Erb, I remember sitting in his office. I was watching film, dissecting this and that, and he comes walking in and he's like, oh, man, we just got slapped with, the NCAA is cracking down on text messages. Like we can't text these recruits. Like, because around that time, 2003, 4, 5, like that's when text messages, remember that? Like that's when text messages
getting going.
You were charged like 10 cents per message or whatever, Like, I just remember my dad being super pissed every month when he got the bill. He's like, he'd call me in the dorms and be like, you sent 780 texts last. Who the hell are you texting? And, it's my wife. It was my future wife. I'm like, but anyway, I remember like these guys are all constantly having to adapt to the recruiting. All the stipulations. And I don't know if I've ever told this story, but it kind of makes me think of when Drew Tate hit the hole-in-one at Finkbine Golf Course to win a Chevy Silverado. And
that's such Drew Tate. That's such a Drew Tate thing.
I was there, like we got invited to, go to Finkbine and play golf with these boosters quite a bit. And I'll never forget this day, like a huge eruption, applause and everything. And Drew Tate hit the hole-in-one. I can't remember what hole it was, but he hit the hole in one to win the Chevy Silverado. Like, it was a big event, and it went to, I don't know the extent of it, but NCAA was like, nope, he can't win the Silverado. He had to give it up. And I remember thinking, like, that's bullshit. Come on, like, what are we doing? But now look at us. We're handing these kids $30,000 checks like it's nothing.
And cars all over the place.
There's kids that are sponsored by toilet seat companies that are making a shit ton of money. Like, what are we doing here?
Unintended.
Well, I thought the whole point. I thought the whole point of this thing to begin with was it was just to, like, for NIL. If they wanted to get endorsement deals, they were able to make money off their name. Not that the school had to pay them a salary. I think that is completely off base from where it was. And I know that President Trump was supposedly working on something where he was going to put this in place, where there was rules, and he had this whole committee like we had talked about before, and it sounded like it was gaining steam. And then I'm sure with the other things that are going on in the world right now, that probably has taken a back seat. But I'm curious to see if any of that ever comes to fruition. If we're actually able to put some sort of limits on this, because right now it's out of freaking control. Like, and Mark says too, one of our favorite Nebraska Hawks Nest listeners, that what nobody talks about is so many of these kids enter the portal and then they don't have anywhere to go. And it's just like they get bad advice and they enter the portal, and then they end up having to go to a community college or go D3 or D2, and they're screwed. So hold
on. What, maybe you guys know more about this. I don't know anything about this, but like, what happens if they enter into the portal and they don't go anywhere? Like, can they still, are they still stuck at their, because now
I don't think they have a home.
Now everyone, okay. So like, all right. So if I'm a kicker at Iowa and I think that the grass is greener and I want to enter the transfer portal, if nothing happens to me, do I stay at Iowa?
If they'll take you back.
Yeah, only if they'll take you back, and usually they won't.
Well, okay.
Their spots are filled up already from other transfers. Then
because now now they know that you don't want to be a part of their culture. So
you're not loyal anymore.
Yeah, dude, it's gosh, man,
it's a risk.
Dude, life kicks you in the balls and the face at the same time. Like these kids, these guys need to know what. It can, man, and these guys need to know, like, it's not all fun and games once you graduate. So,
no, again, the grass isn't necessarily always greener on the other side. Maybe it's a better idea to sit and battle it out and try to overcome some adversity. But like, it's getting like this in high school football here in Omaha. Like, there's one of the top high school quarterbacks in the city and maybe in the state. That got recruited to go play at this powerhouse school. I believe it's McMillard South, and they're blowing people out like 70-0. And they brought in a kid that was a Nebraska commit from out of state to come play his senior year there. And it's just like, this is out of control. Crazy. Like, it's bleeding down into high school now. I mean, it's a disaster. And here in Omaha, anybody can transfer just about anywhere. So guys are just jumping schools, and it's essentially like mini college football. Now here, you can just go wherever the hell you want, wherever you're going to get the best chance to play and win a state championship. And the time of going to a school and building something's over. It's done. You're just going to jump around, and it's bled right down to high school football, and that's an absolute disaster now too. So
I feel bad for the teammates of everybody. All your teammates.
Dude, I feel bad for the walk-ons. I feel bad for the rest of the squad, for any team that like grew up nearby, 30 miles, 100 miles away, that grew up dreaming about playing for that team, and it's just getting ruined. Like, they're just getting ruined by these guys that are coming from JUCOs, wanting money, wanting playing time. I just again, I don't know. Yeah, man, come on, man. God, there's so many great football players out there, even basketball players, soccer players, you name it, any sport. There's so many great players out there that just want to play. Just want to play. They don't want anything. They just want to play, man.
No, and that's why you see a program though like Iowa again. That's where we generally use this transfer portal as a depth builder and, to fill certain holes. We don't build our program on it. And again, that's another one of the reasons why, again, you look at how we beat Nebraska 9 out of the last 10 years. It's the stability. We don't have a constant flow of guys leaving and going and coming and going. Yeah, we have some guys leave, but I mean, Nebraska, it's like half the damn team transfers every year, and they're bringing in a whole new group every single year. And it's just like, you can't build any cohesiveness when you do that. And
Right.
Kurt says it's my favorite get off my lawn guys. 100%, Kurt. We are the ultimate get off my lawn guys. That's our MO. We are the crotchety old guys that are complaining. I was out working on my lawn today, so hold on. Lucas says 10 out of 11 years. Okay.
Thanks.
So right now, guys,
keeping Adam on his toes.
Yeah, my fact checker is real loose, man, real loose. I'll sharpen my game up when we get closer to football season. So right now, I wish I had a really cool theme song. I'm gonna have Lucas work on this for us, and give us a little bit of romantic dating song that we could possibly play when we're going to be talking about. Well, actually, you know what? I think I might have something here. I think we're gonna hold on. Here we go. Set the mood. It's time to enter the transfer portal dating app, featuring Kyle, the greatest kicker in Iowa Hawkeye football history, Schlicker. Miller Lite Delight, Matt Meyer. Just feel the flow. Log into the app. Are you going to swipe left or are you going to swipe right? When we bring up that school logo, is it the place you want to be? Do you see a future there? Or is it just going to be a one and done, kind of a one-night stand type of deal? You're going to jump in, you're going to play for a year, and you're going to bounce for the next best thing. Feel the flow. And play the transfer portal dating game app. Oh, feel that.
I like it.
Feel the vibe.
Okay, I think I gotta figure this out. I'm gonna win some sort of award for that production work. I don't care what anybody says. All right,
award for that.
That was just loaded with romance. Okay, boys, this is the first one on the transfer portal dating game app. First one, boom. We have the University of Indiana Hoosiers, the Fighting Signettis, the transfer portal king right now, took the most dumpster fire college football program in the history of college football, took them to a national championship in 2 seasons. If you would have told me 5 years ago that Indiana would be winning a national championship in football, I would have called you a liar. Guys, right now, Kyle, you're coming from the player perspective, Matt and I from the fan perspective. Kyle, we know you would never, ever transfer Iowa in real life. But hypothetically, you're kicking today, okay? You're at a different school. You're at Iowa Tech State, okay?
Iowa Tech State.
Yeah, Northern Iowa Tech State. And because if once you're a Hawkeye, you don't ever want to leave. I mean, let's be honest.
We're talking about this like right now.
Right now.
Okay.
Yes,
right.
And Northern Iowa Tech State is a Division I school, and you got to think NIL. All this is equal. Okay, this is based on location, opportunity to win, coach that you're going to play for, a prestige of the program. You can bring in anything you want into it other than NIL. NIL is going to be equal everywhere. What do you think about going to play for the Fighting Signettis, the defending, reigning national champions?
I would love to play for Coach Signetti. I think he's awesome. I think his words are awesome. Everything he's about is awesome. It reminds me a lot of what we went through. He's just a little bit more vocal about his philosophies, but he's I would definitely buy into that system, and I'd Roger up to that. I definitely would.
Matt, from a fan perspective, and you can kind of think of it from a player perspective, Kirk Signetti comes across like the most arrogant prick I've ever seen in my life, but everybody loves him that plays for him. I'm like, you seem like a jerk, but all the guys that play for him love him. Would you swipe left? And hold on, swipe left, does that mean you want you're going? Okay, swipe left means yes. Man. Yeah, I can't.
You're gonna have to tell me because I don't know.
Okay,
Never been
swipe
on.
left swipe left is yes, swipe right is no. That's just what we're gonna say. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but swipe left. So if you're gonna say yes, go woohoo to the left, or say I'm gonna swipe right and say no.
I mean, honestly, with Cignetti, I'm going left. I'm going with him. I love that attitude. Just the openness and the ballsiness and the hey, I'm going to beat you every day attitude. I'm in with that. I think it's awesome. I wish I had a little bit more. I mean, I don't need a lot of it, but I mean, just let's go. Let's win everything. Let's win a national championship. We're gonna. I mean, he said it 2 years ago before he won the national championship. He's like, haven't you seen what I said 2 years ago? Or we're going to win a national championship, and here we are. That kind of optimism and it's fun. It's college football. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of how Coach Doyle used to talk. Just, I would have just listening to Coach Cignetti. It reminds me, again, I know we're not supposed to kind of go back in the day. This is present time.
You can go back. Yeah, go for it, man.
Well,
no rules.
It
love time
just
machines.
makes me, like, when I was being recruited, and I met with Coach Doyle many times, I there was something there. And I think there's a lot of similarities there with, like, the what's expected. And, hey, you, Roger, up to this. This is what I expect. This is what I'm going to give you as long as you give me this. As long as you give me this, I'm going to give you this. And as long as there's that mutual professional relationship, like, gosh, there was absolutely, and guys, in the 5 years I was there was literally no room for bullshit. There was no room for, like, anything less than what was expected. So, like, Roger that, man. Let's do it.
Let's go. I like it.
All right.
What
I'm
about
going to
you,
be
Adam?
the one. I'm going to say I'm swiping right. I'm going to say no. But, again, 2 out of 3. To me, Cignetti's and me are just, I don't know, that not my type of coach. I admire him, and anybody that could turn that program into a national championship winner, like, I admire the hell out of him. I'm going to be so interested to see what that program becomes over the next 3 to 4 years. I really, really want to see. But again, for forever respect for him being able to do that. But looks like that we will be going on a transfer portal date. Hold on. It's locked in. Transfer portal date accepted because 2 of you guys swiped left. I swiped right. So we're going on a visit to Indiana. Okay.
All right.
Here we go. The next one, this is interesting. Okay. I'm going to give you my opinion first, and then you guys go, because I have kind of a hot take on this one. The Fighting Rainbow Warriors from the University of Hawaii. All right. Now, I know your first instinct is going to. Okay. See, I know that's what you guys were going to say is like, absolutely, I'm all in. Like, let's go to Hawaii. Okay. Their facilities are absolute hot garbage. They play in a crap conference. I've seen their weight room. I've seen videos and pictures of it. There's elementary school weight rooms that are nicer than that. That whole football program is crumbling, but you get to live in Hawaii and live on the beach where it's one of the highest tax places in the country, super expensive to live in.
Sunshine tax.
Sunshine tax. I would live there. I would absolutely not want to go play college football there. So I'm going to swipe right on that one and say no, because the place is an absolute dump.
Yeah. If I I remember having, if I didn't have any goals or aspirations, yes, swipe left. But since I had goals and aspirations, swipe right. I love Hawaii. Gosh, I love that culture. I actually have a great friend of mine who played there, and he had a wonderful experience.
Our listener here has Big Perm Brody Peterson says, well, you misspelled Aloha. The Aloha Stadium is nice, though. Isn't it weird? Why would you call Aloha Stadium? That's like the equivalent to Hello Stadium. Hi, Stadium. What a weird name.
Aloha is high and by the Bye Stadium.
So the High Bye Stadium, like, it just, to me, what a weird name. Like, now I think the Fighting Rainbow Warriors is kind of sick. I think that's pretty cool. But
like
what a
their
weird
logo.
name for the stadium. So it sounds like Big Perm Brody Peterson's been to Aloha Stadium and says it's really nice. So what I heard is they're completely redoing it because it was literally crumbling to the ground. So Matt, what's your choice? Are you going to take now, Kyle? What was your official choice on this? Are you going to take the visit and get romantic with these guys? Maybe think about transferring there. Or...
You know what? In this present time, I've been to Hawaii I've been to Hawaii twice now. I've driven by the campus and all that stuff. Gosh, I love the culture. I would move there in a heartbeat as long as my wife was on board with it. But no, I would probably swipe right, man.
Okay.
I got a good buddy of mine. Well, actually, I think Grant Steen. If I look this up, I think Grant
Swipe
Steen.
right.
Grant Steen was
Yeah.
there as a strength coach or on the staff. But I got a good friend of mine, Taylor Graham, was a big, huge. His dad played in the NFL. Went there. He played at Ohio State, but then transferred out and went to Hawaii. Had a great career there. I've heard a lot of great things about it, and I just love Hawaii, man. I love the culture and all that stuff. But yes, I'd probably have to swipe right based on my aspirations and goals as a football player. You're right there.
All right, Matt. All right, Matt. So we got 2 no's. What's your choice?
If like you guys said, if it's to live there, I'm a yes all the way. I mean, the couple times I've been there has been awesome. The culture is awesome. I've got a cousin that lives there. Awesome. I'm good friends with. But as far as following the football team and being a fan of the football team and the facilities that they have, I'm going no.
It kind of makes me feel like the movie Waterboy, where
Yes,
right,
exactly.
With all due respect, it kind of makes me feel like I'd be showing up to that set.
That's really good. That's a great comparison. That's perfect. Oh, what is it, Vicky Valancourt?
Vicky Valancourt, yeah.
Vicky Valancourt, I love her. All right.
She showed me her boobies, and I liked them.
All right, locked in. We're swiping right. We are not taking a visit to the University of Hawaii. Okay. The next one is we're going to really dig in here. This one's going to be interesting, okay? It is the LSU Tigers with new head coach Lane Kiffin. Now, he comes with a lot of maybe baggage, but the guy's a winner. One thing that I'm going to say, I give you my opinion quick on Lane Kiffin. I know a lot of people don't like Lane Kiffin. I love Lane Kiffin. And you want to know why I love Lane Kiffin? Because Lane Kiffin isn't necessarily married to a place. He's married to a mission, okay? And you can be an institution and you can rifle through coaches or employees like crazy. If they're not the right fit for you, you can get rid of them and have 30, 40 different people come in and out. And it's almost next to impossible for an institution to be held accountable for not keeping people. But if you're a coach or an employee and you decide to leave a situation because it's not the best fit for you, why are employees and coaches held to higher standards in the institutions? That's where I come from on that. And so if he sees a better situation where he thinks that he can win a national championship and, make himself better and build his legacy, I'm all for it. I really like him as a coach. I think he's got a lot of swagger. I think that, he can recruit. I think he can coach. I think he's super charismatic. I'm a big Lane Kiffin fan. So I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be swiping left and I'm going to take that visit to LSU.
It's a tough one for me. I do agree with you as far as being on a mission and, not being married to a place, but being married to a mission. I'm all about that too. I think I would swipe left also, like us. This is hard for me because we beat LSU on the, in the Capital One Bowl. So every ounce of me, every actual fiber of me hates LSU, but I'm trying to pretend that we're in the present tense.
Yeah.
So yes, I think that'd be great too. It just, gosh, when you're surrounded by that, those types of people, and you got that guy as the head honcho, and everyone's buying into it. It is such an amazing atmosphere. It really is. It reminds me a lot of how it was when I was at Iowa, man. I mean, it just everyone was buying into it, and it's just a great thing.
Lucas says only
Coach
if
O.
Coach O, they come over to LSU football, go play down the bayou, that little bit of gumbo and play go Tigers. All right, Matt. Which way you swiping, buddy?
This is tough. I mean, Kiffin's a good coach. He's gonna get good facilities. He's gonna have a lot of money. He's gonna get that Duck Dynasty money coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's gonna have donors there. I mean, as a fan, everything's looking up. I think I'm with you guys on swiping left. I think we're gonna take a look at it at least.
All right. Looks like we are going on a visit.
I think we will be very successful.
All right. We're going on a visit to Louisiana State University.
If Coach O is there, it's just a bonus.
I love Coach O.
If Mama can make me some alligator barbecue.
Mama said.
Abdullah Abdungada.
Now we're gonna have to go back and watch that movie. That's a classic.
100%,
Adam Sandler's made some of the best and some of the worst movies of all time.
Yeah.
One of my proudest moments as a father. My son Griff is a super smart kid. I'm very blessed that he got my wife's brains, but he also got my sense of humor, and we have successfully watched pretty much every Adam Sandler movie that is credible to this day. So
jeez. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I know. I'm very proud of that. So
all right, we're gonna try to plow through a few more of these here real quick because we're running out of time. I thought I was gonna try to keep this one under 40 minutes, and we failed miserably on that. The next one is the University of Miami, the U. Now, talk about one of the most beautiful places, beautiful campuses. You don't have an on-campus field, which I'm not a huge fan of. Lots of tradition, a program definitely on the rise. As my son told me today, I was going through these programs with him. He's like, can you imagine how many cute girls would be at the University of Miami? I mean, it's just endless. I mean, that alone, you would want to take a visit. But we're going to start out with Kyle. Kyle, would you take a visit to the University of Miami with Mario Cristobal, where the state of the program is? When you got Michael Irvin crawling on his hands and knees, barking at the referees on the sidelines, just acting crazy, would you want to be a part of that brand and a part of that institution?
Yes, 100% immediately.
All right.
100% immediately. I think it'd be wonderful. I know this. I'm supposed to forget about everything in the last 25 years, and this is the present tense. But I've got a great friend of mine that played at Miami, Todd Severs. He was the kicker at Ankeny, my hometown.
Oh,
yeah. He played for Miami, Miami when they won the national championship, and I think it was 2001. But yeah, I mean, gosh, come on, man, it's Miami. I mean, it's the Hurricanes. I grew up. Like the pinnacle of my college decision career was the 2000 to 2002 era. I mean, they were dominant. That would be amazing. It would be amazing to go there.
Well, like Lucas said, I mean, they were doing NIL before it was legal. I mean, they were just giving out Cadillacs and stacks of cash 100%. And clothes, free tattoos, jewelry, whatever you wanted. Matt, Mario Cristobal is rolling into your living room, and he's got some Miami cheerleaders, one on each arm, and he's saying, Miller light to light. Hop on my private jet. Hop on my private jet. It's stocked with stocked with ice cold Miller Lights. And he's going to take you down to the University of Miami, and you're going to live the life. You're going to get to go hang out in South Beach. You're going to get to play college football in one of the most beautiful climates in the country. But it's a little bit of a tainted image of the program. I mean, they've had some rough patches. Are you going to go on a visit there? Or are you going to take a hard pass and pick integrity over glamour?
I guess as a player standpoint or as a fan? I thought I was supposed to be the fan.
You can, it's kind of, it's both.
Kind of both. It's kind of both.
Yeah, it's as a player, but you're coming a little bit more from the fan perspective because neither one of us had nearly the athletic ability to be able to even make a decision like this.
Right. I mean, like like we said, the white sandy beaches, the girls in bikinis, the college campus that's beautiful, the ocean views, the money that's pouring out into the program. Yeah, I'm going to take a visit. Swipe left. Absolutely.
Let's go check
this out and let's go see what Miami has to offer, whether it's a bad image from the past or not. But it's a go.
All right, we're locked in. I'm swiping left too. We're all visiting Miami. I'm in.
Let's cue some Will Smith. Bienvenido a Miami. Let's do it.
Oh man, yeah, 100%. All right, we're gonna end this one with. We're gonna end this one now with, and I want to set the stage a little bit for you guys. Okay, now you're walking onto the dance floor. Okay, and she's the last girl at the dance. Nobody wants to dance with her at all.
At the dance.
She's sitting there. She's got a red dress on, and she's from Lincoln, Nebraska. Now, 20 years ago, she was a smoke show. Today, she's way past her prime. Nobody wants to dance here. We're talking about the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Now, would you consider trying to revive past glory? Are you going to take a hard pass and let that girl in the red dress stand there on the dance floor completely alone and lonely, where she's peaked 20 years ago, but maybe one last dance with that right partner sparks her back to what she was in the 90s? Are you going to take that visit?
You know what? You know what? I've got Eric Crouch in my sights. Yes, I'm going to do it.
What?
He's doing it.
Oh man, we got one swiping left to say yes to visit Nebraska.
Well, to be fair, he did it already. He did visit Nebraska.
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
Yeah. I get. Yeah. This is tough for me because again, I did. You know, dude, guys, Eric Crouch was amazing. He really was. But
do you have a crush on him? Because I kind of feel like you do.
No, I don't have a crush on him. I just feel like, you know, that was, keep in mind, that was way before like they were even talking about Nebraska joining the Big Ten. So when I was being recruited, yes, Eric Crouch was he was the stud, man. But I mean, if we're going back to that era, if I think that this last dancer out there on the dance floor is going to get me back to that particular, yeah, I mean, I'm about it.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I'm coming from Iowa Tech. I'm coming from Iowa Tech State College, or what would you say?
Northern Iowa Tech State.
Northern Iowa Tech State. So you know, it's a toss up.
It's an upgrade, I guess. From there, maybe.
Toss up.
Maybe it's
all right.
not.
Are you? All right. So Kyle's taking the visit. Okay, Matt. What are you gonna do?
With the coaching history and their AD history and everything that they got going on, turmoil. Geez, I can't talk. Anyways, with all the stuff going on in that program, that's, you know, negative in the media, and they've had some good things here and there, but I'm swiping right. I'm not going.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's
sorry, Kyle. You're on your own. You're going to be kicking there alone.
Maybe I do have that crush on Eric Crouch. I don't know.
Hey, this is a dating game app show, so I get it. And you know what? Every guy's got a little bit of a man crush. I probably crushed out a little bit on Lane Kiffin here a little bit ago. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is. I did. See, so Kyle, you're not alone. I'm gonna definitely. I'm not even gonna swipe left or right. I'm gonna take my phone and put it in a barrel of gasoline and set it on fire and throw it in a dumpster and then blow it up with dynamite. Because no, I would rather never play a lick of football again than wear that stencil on my helmet. So I'm swiping right hard.
Do you think they'll ever change their helmet look?
No, I don't think so. So we are not going on a visit to Nebraska. We're
Sorry.
out. Sorry, Kyle. You're on your own there.
All good, man. Me and Eric Crouch, we can do our thing together.
Hey, I would have totally set you up. I used to work in the same office building as him, where he used to run his playground equipment company out of. So he's a super nice guy. So
There you
I don't
go.
know. I know where to find him if you guys want to meet up sometime.
Let's go run him down. Let's make a trip to Omaha and run him down, Kyle.
He's a good. Go ahead, Kyle.
Do you guys think the Hawkeyes will ever redesign their helmets?
No,
Doubt it.
no, I don't think so.
You think they would?
There's been a lot of, I don't even know, but like, it seems to me, Iowa State is Iowa State. They've gone through many transformations in the last, 20 years, trying to identify themselves as, this and that. But I think that's kind of maybe a next topic we need to talk about. One of them, maybe.
I think when you turn on the TV and see that black helmet with that gold tiger hawk on the side, you know who it is.
Yeah, that would be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's I think that. Go ahead, Kyle. Sorry.
No, I was just teams like Nebraska. I mean, I'm just very curious to see, hear what people have to say. Like, do you think any team is due for a redesign?
Yeah, I think Nebraska could definitely use a little bit of like a revamp on the uniforms. They'll never get rid of that stencil end. Just like we'll never get rid of the Tiger Hawk. And I think that is a little bit of a problem right now, especially in professional sports, where they have so many uniforms, so many color variations, and so many different designs that when you turn on the TV, half the time you can't even tell what team's playing. It's just the whole branding piece of it has really gone out the window. Again, in our world, we go really too far one way and then we circle back. And it seems like all these teams, though, that end up doing a redesign, they almost always go back to the original, because the original generally is always the best, in my opinion.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, boys, it's getting late. We're
Perfect.
old guys. Bedtime. Hell of a podcast. It was a lot of fun. Thank you to all you guys for listening. Take time to subscribe. Give us a little bit of love. Help us out with that algorithm, man. And we will be back in 2 weeks with another episode of the Nebraska Hawk's Nest, your Hawkeye oasis located in a Nebraska desert. Got a little bit of a romance theme going on this week, and I thought it felt nice.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait for
you're out there,
I can't wait for the Schlicker Eric Crouch videos or memes or whatever.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, Lucas is gonna have a heyday with that.
He was great, man. He was great. It was fun to watch. He was great.
So if you're listening to the Nebraska Hawk's Nest, we sure hope you swipe left and listen to us next time. Until next time, guys, go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Cheers, guys. Go Hawks.
Oh yeah.